Hello all you Pixel people, I am Pixel and I need to crack a beer open for this one. I really do. So, give me a sec. We have just had the announcement of announcements when it comes to PC gaming. I'm not 100% certain how this is going to go straight away, but here it is, guys. Steam have just announced SteamOS, basically a Steam operating system running on Linux, which is to be used with home theater PCs, so living room PCs effectively. And wow, so we was all expecting a SteamBox, and it almost feels like Valve has gone, I'll tell you what, we'll make the operating system for the SteamBox, and then you go and build your own. What I think we can expect from this is, in the future, lots of other companies coming out and actually creating hardware specifically designed for the SteamBox OS. However, there are some negatives that I have actually come to in my head when it comes to this whole idea. But first off, the SteamOS, I'm just going to go through some of the things that it actually does mention here. Actually, this is a little quote on the front of the page. I will leave a link in the description to this page that I'm reading from right now. And it goes, Steam is coming to a new operating system. As we've been working on bringing Steam to the living room, we've come to the conclusion that the environment best suited to delivering value to customers is an operating system built around Steam itself. SteamOS combines the rock-solid architecture of Linux with a gaming experience built for the big screen. It is available soon as a free standalone operating system for living room machines. Okay, so what do we take from that? First off, it's available soon. How soon? I hope it's very soon. There have been rumors that in the next week there will be 3 more announcements from Steam. So this could just be the first step. There could be then a SteamBox. You never know. They could announce their own hardware. And then a controller on number 3. I'm not 100% certain. But what I take away from this is that this is going to be a free operating system. Linux has always been free. You can purchase certain editions from it and you can actually donate, but in general it's free. And Linux itself is an interesting beast, to be honest, because obviously it is completely different to Windows in many respects. I mean, they built a UI which looks similar, and a lot of the things that you can now do in Windows you can also do in Linux. But in general, you need to program completely separately, separate versions. It's almost like the difference between a PlayStation 3 and a PC. So, that means that are we going to get all these latest AAA releases on Steam? I mean, if I have a quick look right now, okay, so I'm looking at a Steam search for Linux. I might put this screenshot of this up, and we have Half-Life 2 working, Half-Life, Team Fortress 2, Fez, Mark of the Ninja, Dota 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Portal, World of Goo, Gone Home, Left 4 Dead 2, Duke Nukem 3D, Counter-Strike Source, Counter-Strike, Super Hexagon, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Psychonauts, I didn't know that was on here, Bastion, I don't know how you say that, Hotline Miami, yeah, so you get the idea. We've got quite a few games, but we're kind of missing on the Battlefields and the Call of Duties and the League of Legends and the StarCraft and the World of Warcraft. And this is going to be the massive challenge. Personally, I was hoping straight out of the box, well, no pun intended, I was kind of hoping that straight away we would get an announcement for a SteamBox console style hardware, because Steam has got a good name for itself right now, and I honestly believe that if Steam was to release a console-style box, we could most likely see it compete almost with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. And this is very important because the reason why we don't have Linux games, well, we have some, but we don't have a lot of Linux games, is because developers look at it and think, you know what, we are not going to make enough money by making a Linux version because there's not enough people running Linux. However, if they made a console which was running this exact same operating system and released it like a console, then you would see that as long as it competes with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, you would see more developers start creating for this console as well, just the same way that Activision makes the game for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 now. It's it's interesting, isn't it, really? But I, for one, am very excited for this. I mean, there are a few more details that they've actually announced. So it's going to have native streaming, so you can stream from wherever in your house to your TV using your network. Apparently, it runs better than Windows. The games that are on it are more efficient than in Windows. And this is another thing. Basically, hardware drivers for Linux have never been as reliable as for Windows, because obviously the hardware manufacturers try to prioritize their biggest market. And with Steam giving a little bit of push to Nvidia and AMD, it seems like they have finally started to get some decent performance increases. And we should have performance increases, because with Linux, you're allowed to get to a much lower level. I mean, technically there's some more security flaws there, where Windows only has so many security flaws right now because it's so widely used. There's not many hackers which think, you know what, I'm going to make a Linux virus. You could do it, but people choose not to, because what's the point in targeting the 2% of computers in the world? If you wanted to do something nasty and malicious, you'd obviously target the 97% or whatever the percentage of Windows PCs are out there. So they're getting some performance increases, which are cool. It's saying it'll run your music to your TV, your movies. It's got the family sharing. We've got the family sharing beta up currently, which is 10 computers can access the same library. This looks like it is an extension to that, and what that actually means is, it seems like Steam are hoping that more families will get into Steam, and they will just own a family account, and then the games will be shared around the house, so you'll only have to actually purchase one version of the game, or multiple versions if multiple people want to play it at the same time. And that is much better than what you can currently do on this generation and the next generation of consoles when it comes to the sharing. This is basically the features that the Xbox One decided to scrap when it came to releasing the DRM and all that kind of good stuff. So, apart from the announcement, we haven't really got that much news apart from they're really making a push for this. And like I said, I'm very excited. Some of the games that are on there are really good games, but we are lacking some new AAA games, and that really needs to be worked on. Is this going to be running through an Xbox 360 controller, or are they going to release their own controller? I think a controller is likely. Pretty likely anyway. Okay, so I'm just having a quick check. Oh yeah, so this is going to be designed to run natively big picture mode, which I've used the beta of big picture mode, and it wasn't bad. It was a little bit buggy and a little bit sluggish in comparison to the current gen consoles. However, that was a beta, and I haven't used it for a long time. I'm assuming that they've made some big step forwards, and I'm assuming once more people get into it, they'll actually start pushing some more content straight out there for the big picture mode. Well, that's all I've really got to say, guys. I will be doing a video when they announce the next bit of news, which is expected to be on Wednesday. I will be there. I will be square. And we will have some more information on what seems like a massive step forward for Steam, and a very risky step. Well, it's not risky, it doesn't cost much to create. Well, it does cost a lot to make an operating system, but it doesn't cost much to modify an operating system which already exists, which is Linux in this case. But yeah, guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to slap that subscribe button for some more PC gaming goodness, and to like this video if you like this video. I will be back with more content very soon, guys. Thanks for watching, peace out, and goodbye.